Okay, boys and girls, today our Shurley English lesson is going to be on persuasive writing for Shurley English. Let's persuade Shurley to let us do the right thing. Of course, there's our pun. I would like for all of you please to turn to page 204 in your Shurley English book, and we're going to answer these questions. First question, what does persuasion mean? Ashley Moore, can you tell us what persuasion means?
Persuasion is when you want somebody to think your way.
Very good. Convince someone to think your way, convince them to do what you want to do. Come on, let's go to the movies, that type of thing. Good. How is a persuasive writing organized? We've discussed this, and who can tell me it's organized? You can look at the bottom of your reference on this page. It will show you how we organize the persuasive essay, which is what we're doing today. So who can give me that information? Taylor.
The introduction, the body, and the conclusion.
Very good. 3 paragraphs, 3 parts. The introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Now the next question is a little more difficult. It asks, how is persuasive writing different from expository writing? You have done both of these in the past. And I would like for you to tell me the difference. The expository piece you did earlier in Shurley was on civil rights leaders. So who can tell me the difference between persuasive and expository writing? Zachary.
They have different purposes and different wording.
Very good. You have a whole different purpose for writing, and the words in the sentences are different. Good job. Okay, the next thing I want you to look at in your Shurley English book is page 209. And I want you to look at purpose. What is the purpose of the writing lesson we're going to do today? Everybody.
To persuade.
To persuade, good. The type of writing is what? Everyone.
3-paragraph persuasive essay.
Very good. And the Shurley book gave us some topics for us to write. They're very good topics, and they give us ideas for us to start thinking about persuasive pieces. The first one here, can you read it for me, Ashton?
Reasons why fire safety / driving / safe boating education is needed.
Education is needed, which would be really good for this time of year now as people are getting out boating in the summer and swimming on the lakes and things like that. Okay, second topic they gave us. How about you, Caitlin?
Why I need fewer household chores / more freedom.
That might be really good. After you write it here in school and get it back, you can go home and use that on your parents maybe. And the last one, Sean, could you read that for us, please?
Why I need a computer of my own / a bedroom of my own.
Very good. And those are all really good things that you could persuade someone to see your point of view, isn't it? Well, we're going to, and we already have, talked about some other topics. We're going to brainstorm those topics, and we're going to choose one. So let's go to our brainstorming assignment with Miss Reinders.
Okay, so let's come up with some excellent topics for our persuasive writing assignment. Like Mrs. Robbins said, we did this the other day. And I just put them up on the slide so we can review. So the first one was why we should be allowed to chew gum in school. The second one, why we should be able to choose the food for school lunches. This is the one we're going to talk about today. And we're going to do our pre-writing map and our outline on. The third one, why we should be allowed an afternoon recess. And the fourth one, why 4th graders should be allowed to vote for the President of the United States. So, let's go ahead and look at some pre-writing maps with Mrs. Robbins.
All right, boys and girls, you have a journal, a reading and writing journal that we have here for our Shurley. I would like for you to get out your pre-writing maps in your folders, please. And we're going to take a look at your pre-writing map handout. This is also a graphic organizer. It helps you to organize your thoughts, get them down on paper so you don't forget them, and then you can write your story. Of course, going through the outline and the rough draft first. All right, Brittany, I'm just wondering if you could please tell me on this map that you're looking at, what do you notice? What does it give you that will help you organize your thoughts?
It's got a bubble for the topic, a bubble for the first main point, the second main point, and the third main point, and the sporting details for it.
Very good. So it really does organize your thoughts, doesn't it? You'll have them down on writing. You won't have to remember them, and they're organized for you already. That is the beauty of this map that they've included in the book. Now that we have brainstormed some ideas, we have actually chosen a topic of our own that you're going to write on, and you're going to use this map to fill in your thoughts and ideas on the persuasive essay paper that we're going to do. Ms. Reinders?
Okay, so this is our pre-writing map that we're going to talk about today. I've got it up here on the overhead so that everyone can see. Okay, 3-point persuasive paragraph. We have talked about pre-writing maps before, and we know that we have to put our topic in the first bubble. So what is our topic, first of all? What's our topic, Lindsay?
Choosing food in the cafeteria.
Choosing food in the cafeteria. I would like for you to come up and write for me, please. And write your topic on the line they have prepared for you there, and then write it in the bubble. So as Lindsay's writing, we've decided that we're going to talk about choosing food in the cafeteria. We need to think of 3 main points that we want to talk about in our essay. So what's one main point that you would like to talk about? What's one, Andrea?
Won't waste food.
We won't waste food. Good. So we'll give Lindsay just a second. You can write cafe if you'd like instead of having to write cafeteria all the way. Okay. And what's a supporting detail, Gavin, for won't waste food?
More school money.
More school money. That's a very good point. Why do you think that the school would have more money, Gavin?
Because everybody's buying lunches.
So you think that it would help the school if the kids got to choose, they would buy more lunches at school. I agree with you. So he said more school money, Lindsay. And for the next supporting detail, what do you think, Zachary?
Healthier lifestyle.
A healthier lifestyle. Can you explain to me what a healthier lifestyle might be?
Well, if you could tell them that you got to choose your food, you could pick a vegetable and a fruit.
You're right. We could pick healthy foods, foods from the food pyramid, those that are good for us. And the last supporting detail for the first main point. Cayenne, what do you see?
Less littering.
Less littering. Explain less littering to me, Braden. Why would we have less littering, do you think?
Because the people like what they eat and they won't throw it away.
They won't throw it away. What about lunch boxes? If people brought in lunch boxes with trash in them, do you think maybe that would cut down on some of the waste from Lunchables and all of those different things? I believe so too. Great job, Lindsay. Okay, second main point. What's our second main point, Brittany?
Why we like what we eat.
We like what we eat. Good. Let's come up with some supporting details for liking what we eat. What's one, Alex?
Favorite foods.
Favorite foods. If we had favorite foods in the cafeteria, you might eat there more often. I think so too. What else? Faith? Eat, not talk. That's a good one. Better behavior in the cafeteria. If we like our food, we're going to eat that, right? We aren't going to just talk to our friends. Good. So eat, not talk. And the last one, Seth?
We promised to put one vegetable and one fruit in our meal.
One fruit and one vegetable in our meal. Good. Third main point. What is it? Ashton?
More people would buy lunch.
More people would buy lunch. Good. So that's going to help out our whole school, won't it? How is it going to help out us as students? What's it going to do for us, Ashley Holden?
Less hungry.
Less hungry. So if you had your favorite food and you bought school lunch, you paid for it, and it's your favorite, so you're going to eat it, right? And you're going to be more full. Good. What's another supporting detail, Levi?
More nutrients.
It would be more nutritious, right? There's more nutrients in the food we chose because remember we said we were going to choose healthier foods, didn't we? We said we were going to choose one vegetable and one fruit, so it would be more nutritious. And the last supporting detail, Ashley,
More money for the school.
more money for the school. So if more people were buying lunch, the school would get more money than where you would go buy it at the grocery store or someplace like that. Okay, nice job. We're going to read this out loud together as soon as Lindsay gets finished writing. So let's read our topic. Topic, choosing food in the cafeteria. First main point, won't waste food. Second main point, we like what we eat. Third main point, more people will buy lunch. First supporting detail of the first main point, more school money. Second supporting detail, healthier lifestyle. Third supporting detail, less littering. Good. Second main point, first supporting detail, favorite food. Second supporting detail, eat not talk. Third supporting detail, promise one fruit, one vegetable. Third main point, first supporting detail, less hungry. Second supporting detail, more nutritious. And third supporting detail, more money for the cafeteria. Nice job. Keep this at your desk. Mrs. Robbins is going to go over the next part of your writing assignment with you.
Boys and girls, I'd like to go back to writing assignment number 14. In your Shurley books, it will be on page 209. Please turn to 209. We've already read the top half together, and now we're going to look at the bottom half of the writing assignment. And we're going to take a look there right now and read the special instructions at the bottom. Number 1, it says, if you'll follow along while I read, follow the pre-writing and rough draft checklists in references 47 and 49 of your books on pages 68 and 73. So when you go back to do your writing, you can go to this writing assignment number 14, and it tells you right where to go to reference how you're going to write this. Okay, let's look at number 2. Use references 114 to 119 on pages 204 and 208, and those will be important pages. They will help you and guide you through your writing, especially for the persuasive essay. Number 3, use standard time order or transition writing form. And we've talked about time order words, but if you've forgotten some of them, you can go right back here and it'll show you in reference 69 what they are. And number 4, write in first person or third person. And we've discussed this many times. If you are telling the story yourself, you would be writing in first person. And they have listed the first person pronouns here. So let's please read them together. Ready? I, me, my, mine, we, us, our, and ours. So if you were talking as you are the person, that's first person, and those are the pronouns you would use. If you're talking about somebody else, that's third person. And your third person pronouns are, say with me please, he, his, him, she, her, hers, it, its, they, their, theirs, and them. And as you look up at our writing assignment number 14 on the smart board, it asks us the second bullet. Pay close attention to reference 116, which talks about outlines for persuasive paragraphs and the 3-paragraph persuasive essay. So I'd like for you to turn there now to page 206. Reference 116, the left side just shows the 1-paragraph persuasive. We're doing the 3-paragraph persuasive essay, so we're interested in the right side of this reference chart. And if you'd please follow along with me, paragraph 1 is what, everyone? Introduction, right. Okay, A is the topic sentence, which is the opinion statement. B, a reason sentence. C, a general number sentence. Paragraph 2 is what, everybody? Body. The body. That's your second paragraph, and it's the body. And in the body, A, you're going to do the first point persuasive sentence. B, one or more supporting sentences for that first point. C, the second point persuasive sentence. D, one or more supporting sentences for the second point. E, your third point persuasive sentence. And F, one or more supporting sentences for the third point. And then your third and final paragraph is what, boys and girls? Conclusion, right. And A, First concluding sentence, that's to restate the topic idea. B, final concluding sentence is to summarize the reasons. And then the final item that you're going to come back and put at the top of your story or your essay is what? The title, because you might get a really good hook title to put at the top after you've written it, and you can pull something really clever or creative that you've done and put it up in your title to get somebody to really want to read your story. So now we're going to be writing a rough draft for our essay today.
We've done this morning, so what we're going to do is go over what we wrote up here on the overhead this morning together. And we're going to talk about what makes a good persuasive essay. So looking at the points that we put together, we see a topic sentence that we came up with. Zachary, can you read that for us, please?
Do you like food? Kids do too. I believe kids should choose school lunch.
Good job. Sentence 2, write a general number sentence. And remember, a general number sentence refers back to your topic, and it's just restating your topic again. So we decided that we would go with this one. What does it say, Lexus?
We should be able to choose school lunch because fourth graders are responsible.
Excellent. Okay, sentence 3, write a first point persuasive sentence. Our first point was about wasting food in the cafeteria. I'm going to slide this up just a little bit. There we go. So we didn't want to waste food because why? Read that for me, Ashley Moore. We won't waste food because we would...
won't waste food because we would
choose what
we like.
Good. Sentence 4, write a supporting sentence for the first point. What supporting sentence do we have there, Faith?
There will be less littering because there will be less lunchbox trash. This would be
eco-friendly. Good. Sentence 5, write a second point persuasive sentence. What does that say, Taylor?
Choosing what we eat would be more appetizing.
Good. Sentence 6, write a supporting sentence for the second point. I'm going to slide this up a little bit. What does that say, Ashley Holden?
We would have better behavior in the cafeteria because we would be eating more and less talking less.
Good. Sentence 7, write a third point persuasive sentence. What does that say, Andrea?
More would buy lunch because it's more nutritious.
Good. And sentence 8, write a supporting sentence for the third point. Lauren?
The cafeteria would have better even
Revenue. And what does revenue mean? Do we remember what revenue means? Gavin?
money.
More money, right? Making money. Good. Okay, sentence 9, our final sentence, our conclusion sentence. What does it say, Lindsay?
Fourth graders can choose school lunch because we are responsible,
Mature.
and we would promise to follow the food pyramid every day.
Great. So I'm going to have someone read our entire essay that we've put together. And Clayton, I think you can probably see it best, so let me move it down just a smidge so that we can see all of it. And I may have to move it on you a little bit while we go through. Okay, can you see that okay? All right. Go ahead and read from the first sentence. You can read our topic and then read the whole thing, just like you would an essay.
Why we should choose food for school lunches. Do you like food? Kids do too. I believe kids should choose school lunch. We should be able to choose school lunch because fourth graders are responsible. We won't waste food because we will choose what we like.
Would choose.
There would be less litter because there would be less lunchbox trash. This would be eco-friendly. Choosing what we eat would be more appetizing. We would have better behavior in the cafe because we would be eating more and talking less. More would buy lunch because it's more nutritious. The cafeteria would have better revenue. Fourth graders can choose school lunch because they are responsible and mature, and we would promise to follow the food pyramid every day.
Nice job. So this is a good example of how you can take one of these sentence outlines and fill in all the sentences that you want, and then that's perfect to write your rough draft. You can go back and add better words later, but this is a good start for it. Okay. So I need you to turn in your books to page 84, and we're going to review the writing process together. Okay, under the writing guidelines, this is the steps in the writing process. Okay, so under number 1, which says pre-writing, Quentin, can you read that for me, please?
Use the pre-writing checklist to plan and organize your writing. Reference 47, page 68.
Nice job. Gina, read number 2 for me, please. Rough draft.
Use the rough draft checklist to set up and write the rough draft. Reference 49, page 73.
Revising. Please read that for me, Dakota.
Use the revising checklist to revise the content of your writing. Reference 51, page 76.
Good. Editing. Please read that for me, Gavin.
Use the editing checklist to edit your writing for spelling, grammar, usage, capitalization, and punctuation mistakes. Reference 53, page 79.
Number 5, final paper. What does that say, Levi?
Use the final paper checklist to set up the write the final paper. Reference 56 and 83.
And publishing, the last one. Read that for me really nice and loud, Faith.
Use the publishing checklist to choose a publishing forum for sharing with others. Reference 66, page 110.
You also have your writing evaluation guide that you're going to use in your groups over to the side. So remember, that's on page 211 when we get into or page 85 for this one. There's one on 211 as well. Okay.
All right, boys and girls, you know when you were doing your outline just then, I even saw something from the notes that you took in your outline that would make a great title. We talked about coming back and getting a title. You abbreviated cafe instead of cafeteria, didn't you? Wouldn't a great title be the Lincoln Cafe? Because if you got to choose your own food, that would make it more fun to go and eat in that place. It'd be more like a restaurant or a cafe than it would be a school cafeteria. So that would be a good title, wouldn't it? So sometimes when you're all the way through the rough draft and you're writing, that title will just hit you. So that's what you're going to do now. You're going to get to it. Our pre-writing map is done, and it is your job to write your rough draft. Using your book, follow the guidelines on page 204 to 208. Remember, we talked about that in writing assignment number 14, that those pages will really help you the most. And Miss Reinders and I and Mrs. Fox will walk around the room and we're checking with you. Remember, rough drafts are always done in pencil, always. So you've got your pencil, you have your writing folder, you have your map, you have your outline. And when you are finished, you'll turn your rough draft into the tray and we will check it before we do our final copy.